Hi guys. Hi Rogue. Hi Sam. Hi Ixum. Hi Captain Kirk. Hi Kinge. Hello. I still don't remember if that's an I or an L in your name. I'm so sorry. I'm assuming I'm gonna guess it's an L. Loki? Loki? uh, hello. Hi Yotic. Hello, 100 Hitman. Yeah, finally back on a more NA friendly stream time. I know I've been doing a lot of more um like early afternoon streams. Uh you know, try not to make the Brits stay up too late. But since this is a solo stream, I decided we'll just make it more NA friendly, you know. Have some time in the evening. Thank you for the hydrate, Sam. We don't have sleep schedules. I mean, okay, well, you're supposed to. You specifically, I don't think you do. But like, got an ad break entering the stream. It ends, and I get another ad break. Oh, that's crazy. Rogue is right. It's 2 a.m. here. What is the sleep schedule? Y'all are just insane. I think is a bit of the issue there. 6 a.m. for me? Oh my god. Jesus. I don't know. Like, I try to have decent stream times. I have no idea. I have no idea anymore. But yeah. We are playing Strange Antiquity and I can't English. Antiquities? Antiquities. Holy shit. Good night, Aunt. Okay, have a good sleep. You know, go to bed at 6 a.m. That's not gonna go wrong at all. But yeah, have a good sleep. Wait. Thank you for the tier. Thank you for the gifted sub, Rogue. What the heck? Thank you so much. But yeah, Strange Antiquities. I'm gonna swap screens. Here is the menu of it. So, from what I know, the there's like this one's like a sequel game, I think. Thank you for the stretch, Sam, and the 10 stream streak. Let's go, Rogue. Uh, there is another game. That I think this one's a sequel game to I can't English. Holy fuck. Strange Horticulture, which I did play on my own. Which basically had me identifying like a bunch of plants. And then there's like lore, like story and endings and stuff. So I'm kind of expecting a similar thing in this game. Kind of, I'm assuming we have to identify like relics, antiques, whatever, and then they do stuff, and then we have to kind of use those to get an ending. But I don't know. I haven't played this game, so we'll see. I haven't even seen anything about this game. I said that you were on Satisfactory earlier. I did do like I got like halfway through, I feel like, the tutorial. I put down like a couple buildings and I killed a bird and then I closed the game. I'll probably try to reopen it and go through the stuff at a later date. Maybe with people, I don't know. But perhaps. How did your Regent run go? I don't know how to play Regent, so if that gives you any indication of how that run might have gone, not very well. Let's see. As a thaumaturge's apprentice, there's a lot to learn. Every object must be treated with care, and it is important to identify the harmful from the harmless, the potent from the mild. So shit? Yeah. I don't know how to play Regent. While you kill the bird, I got a fucking... they gave me a taser, and, like, I just attacked the first, like, moving thing near me, and it happened to be a bird. Like, I don't know. It was only supposed to be a temporary arrangement when Ellie left the shop, Strange Antiquities, in my hands. None of us knew that by then the pendulum was already swinging, with a terrible certainty that could not be stopped. There's other creatures to attack? Yeah, but that was the first one I saw, right? The ravens were an omen. A circling unkindness of black wings and cheerless cries that seemed, even then, to signal the start of a rising dread. My people! Well, not really, because they're ravens. I'm a crow. Slightly different, but my people! Aries is not a bird of prey. I mean, I'm not too well versed in birds, actually. But I'm pretty sure that crows are, like, I want to say scavengers? Right? They're not birds of prey, that's for sure. I don't know if they're necessarily prey prey animals either, though. Okay, so I can, like, yank on this clock thing, and it changes the time. Okay. I can pet the cat. I can pet the cat. Fuck yeah. Turkey started stream, let me go call him Stinky. Yeah, go call him Stinky for me, Sam, thank you. Alright, let's see. Archive, we got nothing. Oh. Okay. So... okay, let's see, we've got a plant. Oh, we've got more things. Hi, Turkey. You're Stinky, by the way. Hi, Shadow. Did you know Aries Stinky? Well, I got you first. Listen, Turkey. You're slow. Alright? Yeah, crows are more jerks of prey. That's crazy. They're mean if you piss them off. Yeah, and they hold grudges. Okay, so we just have a bunch of shit. Calling me slow, so rude, cancelled. I mean... you're just, like... a skill issue, I suppose. What the fuck is this? Okay. What the heck? Let's see. A reminder, I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. EW. Who the fuck? Okay. Onthomic fields. Okay. Sounds like bottom energy. No. No. Did you know Turkey Pickle Union? Huh? What? Can't lie, watching your stream and eating chocolate is an awesome time. Heck yeah. Hell yeah. We love chocolate. More like top of the crows. If the crow's the bully to the capybara, I mean prey. I mean... I don't know. Yeah, did you run out of cream eggs? Crowbar Night Rain stream when? Eventually. I want to stream Night Rain. But also, like, I suck at Night Rain. So, like, it's just a bit of, like, a skill issue, you know? Like, I don't know if I want to stream me being, like, just bad at the game. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to stream myself being, like, just bad. Well, it's okay, Rogue will be worse. True. for a limited time only. Hey, listen, I'm not that bad, I swear. Let's see, onthomic fields. All thaumic objects produce a field of sorts. Though invisible to the naked eye, they can be observed by placing an object over a thaumic lens. A diurnal field pattern. Okay, these fields are not fully understood despite attempts to study them over the years. Now we have a magnifying glass. You can use shift to bring up a magnifying glass. Okay. I guess like item obtained. Oh, we got a compass. Okay. Under a mirror. Oh, I guess this is like we have a map now. Okay. How many more cream eggs must fall to satiate your greed? That's crazy. Alright, I now have Biscoff eggs. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, Yotic. I can only imagine that they're good. I don't know. Okay. So there's the map. What is this thing? Oh! Okay, I can right-click things. Okay. Let's see. Color and composition. Move the cursor over different parts of the object to inspect it. Let's see. Bronze, wood, gold, wood. That little stick is wood, I assume. An orange gemstone. And gold leaves. Polished, warm. Its sounds are muffled in its presence. I have nothing to remark. What? What the fuck does that mean? Okay. Let's see, we have more things. We have some scales. Okay, we have what appear to be weights to go with the scales. Probably. I can put them back. Let's see what's down. Okay, the down just brings me here. Oh, there's like an under shelf. Okay. Let's see. When we're egg mode redeem, why no egg mode? Because I'm not using the live 2D model. I'm just using a PNG model for now, and I do not have a bulb toggle for this, unfortunately. I did not ask the artist to make one. Thank you for the stretch and hydrate, Rogue. Unshrimp the crow. Hell yeah. It's like you're setting me up for it. No, not the squats. For fuck's sake, Shadow. Gotta ensure Burb is okay. Yeah. You're a fool, Eric. What do you mean I'm a fool? What? What the freak? Okay. And I have one feather. I'm a naked bird. Yeah, spent all your feathers, now what? Just go, it's fine, Shadow, just go pluck more from Turkey. Nothing will go wrong, I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I had a blanket over my legs as well, and I have to go grab it again. Freak. I don't know if you can hear it. I got like a blanket. Will suffer? Burn those thighs and joints? What the freak? Well, if it helps you to smooch to go with the squats. Aw, thank you, Rogue. Okay. So I don't know if we have like a handbook anywhere. Oh shit, what the fuck is that? Alright. No, that's the thing in the background. What are you? Okay. Okay, so this thing's locked. Has something to do with that. I'm hesitant to start the day. Let's see. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Let's see. Rogue is so cool. He'd be cool if he did the squats with her. True. It's not how people describe me. I'm not people. I'm better than people. Real. Rogue is so egg. I mean, you are what you eat, I suppose. He's been eating a lot of those eggs. I think my plant is a decoration. You are something for sure. It has an energy about it. Okay. So I can use arrow keys to move. That's good. Let's see. This thing goes somewhere. Probably one of... Oh, there's like 3 missing bits. Alright. Let's see. When y'all do Night Rain, who's gonna be y'all's third? I don't know. Shadow, would you like to be the third? 10 to 30? What? Rogue, you're gonna go do 30 squats? Hell yeah. Let's go. Hell yeah, I would love to. How kind of you to ask. Yippee. Alright. Diurnic. How do you pronounce words? I don't know. What is a thermic lens? I suppose we'll find out. Can I like... Alright, I guess we will hit the bell. Alright, hello, sir. I have been called away to assist in an urgent matter in Ravenglass and must leave at once. Okay. I am leaving the shop in your care, with some reluctance, I might add. Okay, just fucking doubt me, why don't you? Make use of my reference materials. Here, take this. Okay. There's an index in the back that may be useful to you. If in doubt, study it carefully. And remember, there are some powerful artifacts here. Under no circumstances should you seek entry to any locked doors, drawers, or cupboards. Oh, that's the first thing I'm gonna fucking do. In fact, safest not to touch anything at all. Oh, I'm touching everything. I should be back in a few days. Okay. Goodbye. Let's see. The Thaumaturge. Eli White. Eli is a thaumaturge, a collector and curator of powerful objects. Objects that to the untrained eye may appear dull and lifeless, but that in the right hands, and armed with the right knowledge, can be a gateway to so much more. For Eli, the quest to unearth and understand each new object has been the driving force of his adult life. As owner of strange antiquities, Eli is a stern master. He knows firsthand what can happen if the right precautions are not taken. He doesn't tend to show much emotion, but he does have a more tender side, a side that is mostly reserved for the store's cat, Jupiter. Aw. Thank you for the bit, Rogue. Your legs hurt. Just take a small break and then do more. Okay, and then there's the conversation menu. Oh, it's the Devourer of Souls, Jupiter. Jupiter is the thaumaturge's cat, or more accurately, Eli is Jupiter's thaumaturge. Jupiter found strange antiquities, perhaps drawn to the curiosities within, and made it his home. Eli was more than happy to accommodate him, but he learned early on that Jupiter was his own master. His business is his own, but it largely consists of regular naps, terrorizing rodents, and midnight explorations of Undermere and beyond. What he does on his excursions is a mystery, but he seems to be well known among the town's residents. Okay. How many more? Do like 20 more. Thank you for the hydrate, Sam. Alright. Can we read the book? Okay. So there's some stuff. Let's see. An ecumenical? Okay. An ecumenical is a receptacle commonly featuring a memento mori that acts as an aid to recollection. A memory cannot reside in both the mind and the ecumenical at the same time, and it cannot be stored indefinitely. When a memory has been left for long periods, it can begin to emit unpleasant vapors. An empty ecumenical, on the other hand, has an ominous presence, pulling at the threads of one's mind. Okay. Do we have that anywhere? Perhaps. There's darkness to it. It's untold fears inside. What? Oh, thank you for the 100. Thank you for the bits, Rogue. 186. What the heck? 3K mark? Huh? Oh, have you hit 3K bits? Oh, sick. Okay. Well, guess we will keep reading. Aries Remnant. These objects induce a form of synesthesia, where colors, tones, light, and shadows. What? What? Help. What? Can be felt through touch. They're sometimes used by those who work in low-light conditions, such as miners. The gemstones in Aries Remnant are arranged in the shape of the constellation that shares its name, Aries the Ram. I mean, we have like a goat and like a moose looking thing. My legs are wobbly. Oh no. Okay. Binding seed. These items are made of two distinct materials representing the mentic and wixic. The mind and the body. The winding path, the mind, is described by a spiral encompassing the body, the seed. A binding seed is a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. Do we have that here? I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. Yes. Okay, let's see. The Zia. Binding seed, Empreg? I mean, maybe. The Zia. Worn about the neck to place them closer to the heart, these innocent-looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. They can be difficult to remove. Zias are made of any single material except wood or clay. They typically have no symbol or other writings upon their surface. You. What are you made of? Iron, bronze. Sense of touch, somewhat painful. I have nothing to remark about scent or sound. And then there's a darkness to it, as if it holds untold fears inside. Let's see. If we go with, Zia. Oh, what the heck is that? Alright. I mean, I feel like that's might be what that is, right? Well, thank you for the 67 bits, Rogue. Pet the cat. Alright, so the thing is, I don't want to have to read through every entry, but I think I might have to. Let's see. Ethereal key. An ethereal key is designed to be hidden from prying eyes. When activated by moving the object in a circular motion, the key is revealed by its gemstone of light. These are rare items and not generally known about outside of thaumic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Is this what it means? Is that not... Okay, maybe not that one then. What are you? Full and smooth. Intricate detailing. Iron. Green marble. Ooh, okay. Eye of Cernunnos. Cernunnos? Known as the Eyes of the Forest, these ancient artifacts enable one to enter the minds of lesser creatures. It is alleged that Cernunnos himself wielded an eye. Eyes of Cernunnos are hard to come by. They are powerful and should not be used carelessly. Do you... I mean, I have nothing to remark. Green marble? Is this an eye of whoever the fuck? Stone. Dark wood yew, perhaps? I don't like how this makes me feel. This game is a little baffling, but it's super fun. I mean, it's like, you have to match the art, I assume, because like the first game was plants. So you had to match plants with like the descriptions. And then I assume this one's just the same thing, but like with artifacts, where you have to like attach, like figure out what names are certain artifacts. Okay, Silent Breath. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there's no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A silent breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense danger before it arrives. Small token taken from a living white stag. Sense danger. Nothing to remark. Sense of foreboding. Huh? Give me a sensation of power. Ooh. Okay, I no longer, sure about the designation I give that one. Nothing to remark. Wood. Rough and pitted. Nothing to remark. Okay. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Cool and smooth. Surprisingly warm. Pearlescent blue glass with an iron like ring around it. I don't like how this makes me feel. What the fuck does that mean? Do I get like more info? Maybe? Would love to yap and play this game next time you're around to play it. Maybe, yeah, sure. Let's see. Heart chamber. There is a vast skull in the catacombs, said to be that of a beast. Blencathra? Holgar's followers believe that it is that when he slew it, he trapped its soul along with its power in an item known as the Wraith Chamber. Heart chambers are based on this mythical object, but they have morphed over time into a way to keep those dear to us close to heart after death. Okay. So I got nothing. I've got nothing. I don't know. Knight of Thorns, Shadow Hold. Huh? Okay. You know what? Call the next person. Who the fuck are you? Oh. Okay. Hey, I was not reading your thing. Okay, hold on. We'll just, sorry, blah blah blah, something cast. I did not read your dialogue. If you'd be so kind, I'm looking for a replacement for my hunter's boon. Okay. So I guess we go back, we find what is a hunter's boon. Hunter's Boon is a primitive item. They grant the power of the predator, enhancing perception and agility. They're made from trophies taken from slain beasts, with those from the deadliest predators being the most prized. They are simple items without embellishment. This one? Sensation of power? Yellowy brown? Smooth. Nothing to remark. It's just like a part that they took from the thing, right? Evil quality to it? I don't... Huh? Okay, I assume it's this one. Let's see. Identified. Okay. Clues: this is a tiger's tooth, a trophy from a predator. On closer inspection, it gives a sensation of power. Yes. Okay, Selenic Totem. Book content discovered. Ooh, okay, so we unlocked more entries, just like the first game. Okay. These carved totems, most commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling, such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. They sometimes feature crescent shapes, associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. Okay. So this one's the Hunter's Boon. Understood. Explore. I've stored a couple of items in the cellar of the wine merchant next door. Okay, where are we? Okay. Strange Antiquities, 29. Here. So the... next door. Okay. Journey time? Yeah. The proprietor, a Miss Cranmore, begrudgingly grants me access to the cellar when I explain that I'm from Strange Antiquities next door. Well, yes, take the lot of them out of here, would you? I can't say no to Eli after all he's done for me, but I don't like the thought of those unnaturals in my cellar. Okay. We got some more items. Fuck did these items do? I have no idea, but we'll just put them over there for now. No, we'll take the plants and we'll just give them a shelf over here. The plants can stay on their own. It's weird, but the characters in this are really cool. Yeah. Oh. That has something to do with the weights, probably. Okay. Royston Farm is as warm and welcoming as its owner, John. He greets me with a grin and a handshake, always eager to share a story or two about the land. I ask him to let me know if he ever finds anything unusual and leave him to his business. Okay. Plus cat? Yeah. Get a cat. Nothing to remark. Every sound has become both louder and clearer. Cool. Iron, a black gemstone, iron, in the shape of a bat. Okay. We'll see. It makes my hearing better. Hearing charm. A simple trinket that amplifies sounds. While generally used by the hard of hearing, they are a curiosity that can be enjoyed by the young and old alike, and of course they have more devious applications too, making it possible to eavesdrop on private conversations. Hearing charms take the form of animals known for their hearing. Okay. So, you're a hearing charm, then. Okay. We've identified one. We have a hearing charm, I think. So I have enabled a setting where if I submit it and it's correct, it'll auto label it, which is nice. But I'll keep my guesses in a different color so that we have it slightly different. Okay, let's see. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Cool. Raised detailing. Cool. Warm. Cool. Raised detailing. Okay. Stone. Gold. Orange gemstone. Blue gemstone. Green gemstone. Turquoise gemstone. Silver and gold. Stone. Okay. Nothing to remark. Okay, so honestly what I'm gonna do, I feel like the best option is just go through with the scent and sound and inner perception and see if that gives me anything on these. Because I feel like that'll get like, at least the more obvious ones. My heart feels lighter. Okay. Now we'll put you over here. And go see what you do. I have a strong sense of being watched. Okay. I'll put you back over here. Nothing to remark. Slight out of body feeling. And it has an energy about it. Okay. Sure. Nothing to remark. Okay, if you have nothing to remark about anything of those two, I'll leave it over here. Darkness, if it holds untold fears inside. Let's see. You. Nothing to remark. Expecting it to smell worse than it does. Okay. Pungent. Nothing to remark. Love you are preparing and organizing, dear. Just working on guesses beforehand? Yeah. Let's see. This has some evil quality to it. I do not like to hold it. A soft sound like a serpent's whisper emanates from within. Okay. So serpent's whisper. Is there anything that's like serpent? What does Selenic mean? I don't know what Selenic means. I'm not gonna lie. Is that... I don't know what Selenic means. Mind, joy, guilt, okay, well that's something. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Okay, you go over here. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. This one's already identified. For you. Nothing to remark. Overcome by a warm, loving emotion. Okay. Wait, loving emotion. Loving emotion? Joy? Love. These carved totems, more commonly known as moon hearts, can be imbued with a sentiment or feeling such as love or joy, and then held tightly to recall the same feeling. Sometimes feature crescent shapes associated with both the Selenic and Noctic disciplines. Indeed, the form of the item itself will often have a connection to either the moon or the night. This is an owl. Polished wood. Okay. Selenic totem, probably. Okay. Selenic totem. Alright. I do know if you need the hint. I don't know. I'm just Let's see. Do I have anything? Sounds are muffled in its presence. Okay. you? Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Just doing a little bit of like preliminary sorting. Okay, nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Nothing. 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 Strong odor. When I shake it, it rattles. Nothing. Okay. Certainly something. Okay, you've got nothing. Sense of foreboding. What about you? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Hi, Synth! I think when I did this, I saw the shiny stuff and ended up doing those first because shiny. Real? Nothing. Nothing. I don't like how this makes me feel. Nothing pungent. Okay. What the fuck does any of this mean? I don't know. Okay. Nothing to remark for sentence sound. Fills me with a sense of foreboding. Is that anything? Like heart, nose change. You're doing well, Goober. Proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, Rogue. Danger. Feeling. Fear.
Lizard.
Lizard. Mantic Mether. Mind. Love, light, life, Knight of Thorns, joy, insanity, Holger, hearing, guilt, poison selection, vitality, wisdom, wood. What? What? Auto labeling. Okay, zoom. Sense of foreboding. It's a danger. Small token taken from a living white stag. I don't think this is taken from a living white stag. It might be. Because it's clay painted to look like bone. So it might be the gemstone in the middle? I don't know if that's how that works though. Okay, you know what? We'll just think about it. The nights are drawing in again. Hello, Jack Hungerford. Dark shadows hide dark deeds, or so my father always used to say. Seems like the shadows have grown darker since he passed, 2 winters gone. A creeping dark has set up in my house. I'm told a shadow hold will draw it out. Okay, I need to find a fucking shadow hold? What the fuck is a shadow hold? Shadow hold. Okay. A shadow hold or oshadic vessel is a container of any kind, sometimes a jar or bottle or some sort of box. It can be used to contain an oshadic spirit, the manifestation known as creeping dark, pulling it from the shadows like a poison from a wound. They're decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. I mean, okay, that one's a hearing charm. So, a container. You want something that looks like a container. So one of these two then, probably. Right? They're decorated with an elaborate design called a shadow catcher. Shadow catcher design. So it's like a circle. So like this. Clay, cork. Pungent. cork, green glass, yellowed paper. Okay. Strong odor. I mean, this one fits the bill more. Okay. Let's see. Shadow hold. Alright. It's the same as the sketch? I don't know. I was more of just like, hey, it looks fancy. Sunbond. A sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried discreetly, and made of non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and light of the sun, a brightness that can pierce the darkest gloom. Okay. There's an auto-labeling option in the settings if adding labels by hand isn't your thing. I already have that on. Okay. Shadow hold. Alright. Gemstone of light. I mean... pearlescent blue glass iron? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Okay, David Schaefer. What's with all these ravens flying about under Mirror today? I can't remember ever seeing anything like it. Not a good day to be the sort who believes in dark omens. Well. A letter for you. Oh, we got a letter? A letter? We discovered some papers in a hidden desk drawer in the boatyard last night. Mr. Jones almost threw them in the fire pit, but I asked to take a look at them first. That man does like to burn things. They look old. Maybe there's nothing of much use here, but I thought of you when I came across an entry on the shin. Charlie Withers. I mean, like... Do we... Huh? I like... You gonna send me a thing, or... Do I get something from you, or like what? Uh-huh. The boatyard. Okay. Do I go to the boatyard, I assume? Oh, the fuck is the boatyard? The boatyard 8. Boatyard, let's see. The yard has seen better days. A mess of broken and rotten timber covers most of the outdoor space that isn't taken up by upturned boats, slowly being claimed by the weeds. In the middle of all this, a man looks up from repairing a small rowing boat. You must be from strange antiquities, he says with a smile. He takes me into the dilapidated office where 2 metal buckets collect drips of brown water and a thin window pane rattles with every footstep. He pulls a sheaf of brown papers out of a desk drawer and places them gently in my hands. Okay. Let's see. Sleep vessel. Oh. Okay. Apparently as an afterthought, and somewhat reluctantly, the man gives me something else as I'm leaving. I have no use for it, he says. I don't even know what it's for. Oh. He gave me a strange totem-looking thing. Okay. Let's see. First of all, a sense of crackling energy flickers into the depths of my mind. What the freak? Okay. What the freak? Like, this tells me nothing. These common items are made using materials with a connection to the ocean. They began as superstition, simple objects made by sailors and fishermen to keep their boats safe, but with the help of the old thaumaturges, they became something more and many lives were saved. What the fuck does that even mean? Hello, Stanley Hume. Oh, thank you for the 250 bits, Rogue. You really don't have to. You are a good egg. Real. But I want an Ossic ring. Ossic, that's a pleasing word to hold on the tongue. What the fuck? Okay. Ossic ring. These somewhat macabre objects were originally made as offerings to the goddess Corchin, but the practice fell out of favor as belief waned. They're hard to come across now, but they're occasionally sought out for their ability to keep vermin at bay. Some say they can hear Corchin's unearthly hiss when they hold an Ossic ring up to their ear. Hold on, one of them is this one, isn't it? This one's the one that hisses. I do not have to, but I want to, so bleh. I mean, I suppose so. But... okay, yeah, this is the one that hisses. Made of bone, this item satisfies the description macabre. Close inspection confirms that a hissing noise can indeed be heard. Yes. Okay, evocant. These stone items weigh the same as a man's heart, according to a popular myth. The truth is a little less dramatic, but the weight of these items is nevertheless important and should not stray more than a hair from precisely 1 pound. They're placed on the chest of those in a coma to draw them out. Okay, hold on. Yeah, what was that? Evocants. Stray a hair from precisely 1 pound. Okay, 1 pound. Stone item, 1 pound. Stone. You are precisely 1 pound. Okay. Stone. It's hovering. Okay, you're a little bit less. You're a little bit more. You're goldstone. Golden stone. Okay. Fossilized creature of some sort. Stone. Okay, so it's this one, potentially. That's exactly 1 pound. So this one's probably, what the fuck is that? Evocants? Okay. Next. Hello, Edmund Bishop. The behavior of these ravens is disturbing, to say the least. As a rule, they only come together to feed. Ravens are omnivores, carrion eaters mostly, but they'll take anything they can get their talons into. True. And they'll kill if necessary. Yep. I didn't plan on dropping in today, but there's something happening out there and I'd like to know what. A voice of Cernunnos might help put me at ease, or might do the opposite. Okay, so you want the voice of this thing. Okay. The voice of Cernunnos is used to refer... thank you for the bit, Rogue! Oh, and here, have the last bit. Yippee! The voice of Cernunnos is used to refer to any bronze torque. What the fuck is a bronze torque? What is a torque? That has certain imbued properties. With skill, such an item can be used to read the patterns of nature that are otherwise hidden to us. Cernunnos is a pagan god of the forest and nature, typically depicted as a man with the antlers of a stag, and often wearing or holding a torque. Cernunnos wearing his torque. What is a... Oh. Okay, I'm looking this up. What? What is a torque? I see. Okay, so it's like the thing around his neck here. That's the torque. I was like, is it this thing or is it like the thing on his belt? But no, it's the thing around his neck, which could be this one. I think. Yes. Torque is torque. I don't know what the fuck a torque is. As items made of bronze, a similar looking item appears around the neck of Cernunnos in the sketch. Yes. Spirit Eye. There are some who stay away from spirit eyes, believing them to be a window into a world that should not be seen, and others who deride their fear as nothing more than superstition. It is not clear exactly what they do show, another layer beneath the visible world perhaps, a layer that requires something more than the traditional senses to experience. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. What the freak? Spirit eye. There's some who stay away from spirit eyes. Eh? They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Symbols. I mean, this one has symbols on it. This one seems like an eye. Okay. I mean, like, that gives me nothing. Okay. So they still do the thing where they give you the check mark if you used, like, a clue. Okay. Let's see, the ornithologist. Keeping the two animal statues together is cute. Hey, they're both, like, animal statues. They're cute. The 14th Lord of Gleeston Castle is a man of wealth and privilege like the 13 before him. He is a man who would be easy to despise as his father was, but he is well loved by those who know him. Now retired, he was a professor of ancient languages at the University of Cumbria, but his real passion is birds. His students learn to divert particularly dense lectures on Latin declension by asking about local owl species or by quizzing the professor on increasingly exotic bird calls. Edmund was only too happy to oblige, spending hours recounting stories of his adventures in Africa and New Zealand. You're also cute. Nuh-uh. Okay. Finish day. Let's see. The black mare thundered through the icy rain. Oh, I knocked my mic over. Oops. Shining wet in the silver moonlight, her cloaked rider was exhausted, cold, and soaked to the bone. He knew he would not survive the night if he did not reach Back Barrow. Nope. What the frick is that? It's like handcuffs. Huh? Thank you for such an hydrate rug. An escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. Oh. Okay. Sure. Escaped prisoner. Is there like a prison? The old jail? Okay, an escaped prisoner ran northwest. He hid me in the first building he came to. So northwest. Okay. Kinky cuffs? Yeah, well, I'll put them on you. Don't worry, darling. The dilapidated warehouse is dark and imposing, and the struggling flame of my lantern does little to pierce its depths. I slowly search through its contents with a sense of despair, wondering if I'm even in the right place at all, when suddenly and unexpectedly, I uncover something of value. More relieved than elated, I take the trinket back to the shop for further study and a warm drink. Oh, that looks ominous. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Huge black gemstone streaked with red. Iron. Polished wood. Okay. Well, I suppose you go over here. Yeah. Okay. Pet the cat. Withered flesh. Hash. Horned shackle. Huh? Okay. Black heart. Tried seed pod of a sheep snap plant. Do I have anything that looks like that? Not really. Maybe in there. Okay, blood bronzers change. Huh. Purse? No. Mind, Moonheart, Nightmare, Noctic. What? Yeah, you know what? I have no idea. You can't just say that? I mean, I can. Ah, well, that's just perfect. Undermere fizzing with fear over those ravens and this thaumaturge, and the thaumaturge has left his apprentice in charge. Sorry, my dear, that was rude. Yeah? Fuck you. Verona Green. I remember you. I think. These ravens have got under my skin is all. Please do not let Eli know that I was looking for him the next time you see him, and pass on my thanks for letting me borrow his copy of Hermetic Symbology. Okay. I have been given a second book. Yo. Okay. Thaumic Disciplines. What the fuck is all this? What? Aha. Okay, so I suppose I could look at this thing. So it's got like the little circle, 2 lines, triangle with lines. So this one, no, that's a different triangle. Okay, so this one's the symbol for gold. Not gold, cold. What the frick? And this one's the symbol for heat. Okay. There was one about symbols. No, not Ares remnants. Ethereal key? No. Is it gemstone? Sunbond? No. There's something about symbols. There was one that was symbols. I don't remember. What? No. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go through. No. No. Gemstone. No. You can't. No. No. Guys of Lillian. What? The remains of bygone creatures that have been used in thaumaturgy for centuries, from petrified teeth and bones to trilobites, ammonites, and devil's toenails. The Guise of Lillian is one such item that makes use of this ancient source of power. Is this? Hold on. Because it's like a fossilized creature. It's like a little, it's like the spinny thingy right there. Lose their sense of self. Does losing their sense of self mean slight out of the body feeling? Maybe. 2 Guise of Lillian. Okay. We'll guess that one's that. Hearing charm. Heart chamber. Horn shackle. Hunter's boon I already have. Lamp siphon. Libula. Orford spire. During the rite of the Red Knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought, although perhaps not for the goat. Classic ring. Restful Mether. What? A mether is a thaumaturgist's link to the inner mind. A hot tea made from the Dranthium plant is drunk from them. Dranthium plant? Wasn't that one... I don't remember. Was the Dranthium plant... I'm trying to remember from the first game, because Dranthium plant was the like hunter thing that made their eyes green, I think. Taking on different properties depending on the type of mether. This particular type can be used to enter a meditative state and bypass the rush and clutter of consciousness, promoting clarity of thought. So like a container. Certainly can't be either of these. I don't think you could reasonably drink from this. Huh. It's not rust, it's blood. Okay. Select totem of that. Sextrum protects against insanity. Shadow hold, shimmer. The Knight of Thorns famously wore a shimmer on his chestplate, but didn't save him from being slain in the Battle of Sutherfell of 1356. So I guess it's like at least somewhat triangular or hexagon, like 6-pointed star shaped, maybe. Alright. Shin, no. Silent breath, no. Sleep vessel. The 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thaumic disciplines: Selenic, Triadic, Noctic, Diurnic, Wixic, and Mentic. They help people to stay awake beyond any natural limits by storing their fatigue. Over time and repeated use, they become more and more difficult to handle, as though the undreamt nightmares within are beginning to seep out. Spirit Eye. They draw their power from the opposing symbols inscribed upon them. Okay, yeah, this one's a Spirit Eye. I think. Probably. Alright. You know what? Next. I feel paralyzed. I have no job, no partner, no friends, no prospects. Me too, girl. I mean, except for no partner. But, like, yeah, I guess no friends either. But, but like, I feel you, girl. I heard a horn shackle might be the answer. Horn shackle. Horn shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, bestowing the ability to overcome personal demons. In use, the horns are rubbed between one's fingers, causing them to become worn smooth over the years. They can be worn as pendants, but are more commonly totems of some kind. Okay. The horns. It's a thingy with horns. Something horns. Horns? This one? Bronze? Ridged? Horns? Huh? Also, you have Frenzy, Goofy, Goopster. Yeah, but... Okay, horns. What the fuck is horns? Do you have horns? Wood. This part feels smooth. It's rough and pitted. Okay, so it's you then. Textured, pointy. Clay. Okay, you. Identified. The item has horns. The closer inspect reveals that the horns have been worn smooth. Yes. Vestiger. A vestiger can be used to prevent the spread of disease and pestilence. Among other oddities, flames burn pale blue in their presence. Like, does this mean I mean... Like... Anything? Ooh. Okay. Wait, that became blue. Okay, so you're a vestiger. Yeah. Okay. You can go back in there. Okay. So you figure that one out. Candle. Yeah. Oh, it's the mailman. At least the weather's looking a little better out there today. Hell yeah. Okay. You got letters for me? You got letters for me. Yippee. Good day. You might be interested to hear that my plow overturned a strange-looking object yesterday. Come to the farm and it's yours. For the right price, of course. Kind regards, John Royston. The farm. Okay. The farm. Royston Farm. 30. Okay. John grins at his struggle to hide my obvious interest in the item he shows me. Any hope that he might not fully be aware... Any hope that he might not be fully aware of its value quickly evaporates, and after a lengthy discussion, I reluctantly hand over the amount he originally asked for. Okay. We got a bird! To be fair, you are also a candle, the way you brighten my day. Aww. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Bird! Okay. Julia Braddock. Ah, Jupiter, we meet again. Cat. Good cat. Our paths crossed late last night on Princess Street. We shared a moment before he slunk off into the dark on important business, no doubt. I wonder if you can help me. I'm visiting my grandmother later and I wanted to bring her something. She lives all alone on the edge of town, out on Clanbrook Road, and I don't always manage to get out there as often as I'd like. I thought maybe a moon heart would bring her some comfort. Okay. Moon heart. Moon heart. No, okay. Not mentioned there. Moon heart. What? Moonheart, Selenic totem. Yes. The carved totem, owls associated with the night. It bears a concealed crescent shape. Yep, on top. Upon using a closer respect tool, tells me it imparts a feeling of joy. Yes. Holgan Grim. These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Grand. Selenic totem. Well, I changed the label color. Alright, next. Hey, kitty. Thank you for the hydrate rug. A friend of mine, or former friend I should say, has been stealing jewelry from me. Oh, that's not good. 3 necklaces have gone missing over the past few weeks, including one that was a gift from my late grandmother. Do you have a suitable pendant that I could leave lying out for her to find that will teach her a lesson and make sure it never happens again? I will need to make a choice here. There are no wrong answers, but my decision will no doubt affect the events in motion outside my shop. Okay, so Binding Seed or Zia. Okay, Binding Seed. What do you do? Amplifies a form of punishment that amplifies feelings of guilt and shame. And the Zia, innocent looking items instill a sense of fear and paranoia. Okay, let's do a Binding Seed because I feel like amplifying feelings of guilt might be what she's looking for. I think more than inducing fear. Maybe. Okay. A spiral encompassing the body, the seed. Spiral encompassing the body. This one. Binding Seed. Yes. Shield Charm. Generic charms of protection have little to offer the skilled thaumaturge, but can have some small effect. No Shadic spirit or a wandering shroud will not abide them, for example. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Okay. Binding Seed. Alright. Next. They found a man just now in that house where all them ravens were. Ooh, I wish I hadn't seen, but I did. He's dead, isn't he? He was sheet white, but it was his eyes that are going to give me nightmares. All black they were. Ooh. It was like he wasn't there anymore. I don't need to wait around for another sign. I'm taking my family to Sedberg, and I'll be taking a libula to see us safely through. A libula. Fucking what? Oh, okay. Libulae are purported to offer reassurance in times of upheaval and change, but they are not held in high regard by most scholars of the occult. That being said, an imbuement of wisdom shows that a libula are not merely decorative. There is power in symbology, as the old thaumaturges knew well. Okay. Thank you for the stretch frog. Unshrimp. No. I want a shrimp. No, let me shrimp. What the freak? Okay, so, imbuement of wisdom. So there's probably a symbol that means wisdom, right? I'm hoping. Cause if there isn't, I might be a little fucked. Oh, wisdom. Okay, so it's like, sure. Okay. Oh, what the fuck do I do with that? Okay. Do you have anything? No. Not really. No. No. This one has the symbol for wisdom. The item bears a symbol of wisdom, yes. Witch's finger. Ooh. The witch's fingers are said to be the severed digits of the Witch of Undermere. They are capable of inflicting intense pain, but the goal is supposedly purification of the body. A most unpleasant experience, but a last resort that has cured some and finished off others. Witch's fingers. Severed digits. There was something that said, like, it was, like, painful. Right? Somewhat painful. I don't know. Okay, Ende. A deep pain radiated down the side of the rider's head where he had sliced himself with the diverging hook, and his thoughts were scattered and torn. He could not see out of his left eye. What? Okay. Why am I getting bonked? What the freak? Oh, okay. What the fuck is that? It's like some guy. Okay. That's gotta be a building. Is there a building that's shaped like this? Oh. Is there a building that's shaped like this? Is that someone bricked up? Maybe. It's these buildings here. Right? So here, yeah. There's a narrow gap between the two houses, and I spy a small wooden chest wedged firmly inside. Slowly I manage to work it loose, and when it finally comes free, it shoots out onto the hard ground and snaps open, revealing its long hidden treasures. More items! Yippee! Alright, let's see. Nothing to remark. It seems to make the hair stand up on the back of my neck. So nothing. Nothing. Weathered. Hard and cool. Gold. Gemstone, iron. Okay, well you can go hang with those guys. And then, I don't know, you could be over here. Chill with the cool items. Hi, Bean! Alright. Suppose we will, go over here. Good afternoon, no morning. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm Francesca Robertson, a doctor of sorts. I assume you heard about Mr. Hungerford? It seems to be the talk of the town already. I'm used to dealing with maladies? How do you pronounce this word? I don't know. Maladies of an occult nature, but black eyes are certainly unusual. I've heard of something like this before, but I don't see how it could be the same thing. Either way, I'm hopeful an Ivacant will have some effect. Ivacant. Yes, dataless link. Okay, a dataless link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather over the wings of a bird or insect, for example. Okay, well, we'll change the label color for the Evocant. I'll move these two together. Alright. Whale. But their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight. A feather or the wings of a bird or insect, for example. I mean, this thing is just floating, so perhaps. Insect or flight? Nothing really. Okay, I don't think we have that one yet. Temperance Parker. I had a quiet chat with Edmund Bishop and the Guilty Ram last night. He's always got an interesting story to tell, but last night he was different. I can tell he's worried, which has got me worried too. I know it's not much, but I'd like a shield charm all the same. Okay. What the fuck is a shield charm? Shield charm. Let's see. Such charms make use of the art of symbology, an ancient and some would say primitive component of thaumaturgy. They can be made from a variety of materials, though rarely precious metals. Okay.
Cheese.
Okay. Let's see. I guess like symbology. Okay, what do you think it would have? Like, it's like protection. Okay, it's the two squares. It's this one. It's got the squares. I see. Symbol of protection. Yes. St. John's Anvil. These items have much in common with the St. John's poppy plant of the same name, a fact that is reflected in their designs. However, they have quite different uses, however. Whereas the plant helps to overcome deafness, an anvil will dampen sound. They can even be tuned to filter out certain noises, but allow others to be heard still. Okay. Okay, the one we just got. St. John's Anvil. Sounds are muffled in its presence. Okay. Let's see. St. John's Anvil, probably. Alright, next. Protection. Yeah. There's something I wanted to show you. I don't like the look of it, so I left it where I found it. What if it's cursed? It was hanging behind an old shed all overgrown with ivy. Let me draw a quick map for you. There. Away. What the freak is that? Alright. Okay, buddy. What the heck is this? What the frick? I'm like looking for... There's like a horizontal road with like a bit coming off of it. Horizontal road. Bit coming off and splitting off. Where the frick? What the heck? Huh? Is it this area with the lake and the little bit? Yeah, okay. The shed is actually a wooden summer house that looks out over the pond, but it's clear that it hasn't been used in some time. Thick brambles claw their way up and over one side of the structure, and ivy covers the rest in a molted green cloak. I find what I'm looking for to the rear. Parts of the ivy have been torn away recently, revealing an amulet hanging from a rusted nail. Something else catches my eye as I reach for it and notice that there's another pendant hanging next to it, almost completely hidden by the ivy. Okay. 2 more bits. Let's see. Nothing. Nothing. Polished. Warmer than I would expect. Bronze, orange gemstone. Okay. Gold and silver. Warm and vibrating with energy. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, well, next person then. Verona Green, once again. Eli's picked a bad time to leave Undermere. I've come from the Hungerford house where I've been helping Dr. Robertson and looking for any clues about what happened there. Okay. There wasn't much to go on. I did find a shattered Oshadic vessel, but whatever did this was no creeping dark. There was a strange matte black stain on the flagstone floor that I didn't like the look of. And the ravens, very unusual, but at least they seem to have dispersed. Thank you for the stretch rug. I don't know what to make of it. Okay, I'm going to take a trip to Gleeston Castle, see if Edmund Bishop can shed any light on their behavior. Okay. But first, I'd like a visager, or whatever this is. We don't want it spreading. Yes. Moonstone Guardian. For the banishment of Hobbs' fear and Noctic sight. These tend to take the form of a comforting guardian. That's so fucking vague. Like, what do you mean? EP burb, a little bit. Okay. Next day. Day 3. 2 days earlier, the writer and his fellow adventurer were deep underground, exploring the tunnels below the Kirkhead Tower, where they made a discovery. Their elation at their find would soon turn to horror. Back barrow. Kirkhead Tower. Okay. It's a key. Horror? Like zoinks? Maybe. After disagreement between two houses, I was buried behind lock and key. Okay. Okay, lock house is 7. Okay, so not the lock house. Is there any name that says key? Behind lock, okay. A large flat slab of granite marks the otherwise empty field. It bears an inscription. On this spot in the year 1813, Arthur Key did shoot and kill the beloved horse of Wellington Lock. Buried at the foot of the slab, I find an unlocked chest containing a handful of legal documents as well as a pistol and another item that catches my attention. A little trinket. Yippee! Alright. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Polished like stones, rough. Okay, let's see, slate and a dark purple gemstone. Okay. Well, this is certainly something. Well, the shop is still standing. That's something. Say what you will about Undermere, but this town is never quiet for long. Oh, Eli's back. I leave for a few days and suddenly everyone's talking about ravens and curses. Just realized you are literally being a crow collecting all the shiny trinkets. Exactly! I'm gonna need to find Verona to get up to speed on what's going on. At least I didn't come away from Ravenglass empty-handed. I can always rely on quiet Susan to unearth an interesting trinket or two. Give me more trinkets! More trinkets! More trinkets! Oh. Okay, green porcelain, gold, pinkish gemstone, feathers. Okay, soft. Smells like a rotten egg. Nothing to remark. Okay. Surprisingly light in weight. And I wouldn't say 1 pound to be surprisingly light in weight. Maybe? No, it's slightly more than 2 pounds. Okay. Probably not that one then. Adorable. No. I'm not a good person. I'm pushing away the only people I care about. Help me do better, please. I have to change, but I don't know how. Me too, girly. What do you have that can help me banish my inner demons and make the changes stick this time? Oh, you're the one. You're wearing a binding seed. Well, so you're the girl stealing trinkets then. Or stealing pendants, I guess. Not trinkets. Banish inner demons and make the changes stick this time. What the fuck do you want? Levitation field. Ethereal key. Significant. Just a coma. Or to the minds of lesser creatures. Pass unrecognized. Hearing. Morphed over time in a way to keep those dear to us close to the heart after death. Creations of various rituals. Horn shackle. Horn shackles are used to bring about change in one's life, I guess. A horn shackle? Does that help you? I don't know. I don't know. Hold shield charm. Head pat for the burb. Aw, thank you. Okay, well, I'm hoping that was the right thing. But yeah, the Evocant didn't snap Mr. Hungerford out of it, unfortunately. It's strange, at times he appears almost awake, but he is deep in some kind of trance, and I can't get anything out of him. Huh. He seems to be searching for something. I'm beginning to suspect this is beyond my skill set, but I'm not willing to give up so easily. I know it's a bad idea, but I'm gonna need a sleep vessel to get me through this week. Okay, sleep vessel. So, the 6 points of a sleep vessel are said to represent the 6 thaumic disciplines. So the 6 thaumic disciplines. You are not a 6-pointed object. You have symbols of what? Protection and insanity? Okay, hold on. Insanity, sextrum. Okay, so you're probably a sextrum. Because you have protection and insanity in the middle, probably. Okay, so back to searching for the sleep vessel. 6-pointed object that represents all of the thingies. Are you 6-pointed? 6 points of a sleep vessel. You're 6-pointed. There's a darkness to it, as if it holds untold fears inside. Is it this one? I'm assuming it's this one. Yes. Okay. Item has 6 points. Close inspection reveals the darkness inside. Yes. Okay. Resonance compass! A resonance compass will point towards nearby resonant objects, the only objects that can be detected in this way. Resonant objects are highly prized both by thaumaturges and those who collect occult curiosities. And you get your label color changed, and yeah, next person. Many years ago, I owned a silent breath, but it was already old when I inherited, and its power died soon after. It's about time I replaced it. What the fuck is a silent breath? Okay. There are those that consider the white heart a prize to be claimed, but there's no glory to be had from killing such a noble guardian of the forest. A silent breath contains a small token taken from a living white stag. While the stag lives, the item will retain its power, allowing the bearer to sense a danger before it arrives. Sense danger before it arrives, and it's something taken from the stag, from a living stag. Token taken from a living white stag. It's taken from a living white stag. Huh? What is that? Glass filled with blue liquid. Is it this? Sense of foreboding? Makes the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Nothing to remark. That's not taken from a stag, I think. Green marble. Yeah, it's not taken from a stag. That's not... Slate. Tarnished silver. This is a pearlescent blue glass. I don't think that's taken from a stag. I think it's this thing. Yes? Yes. Okay. It's like, I was like, okay, it's either a hair that you taken from the stag, or it's just like that thing where you get like a little gemstone from it, but like you don't really get a gemstone from a deer, so I don't know. This item features a white hair, potential trophy from a white stag. On closer inspection, my senses come alive. Okay. Alright. Hello, Astra! Yeah. Hi, chat. Hi, Mr. Bird. Hello. We are on day 3. We're identifying trinkets. We're collecting and identifying trinkets. So peak crow behavior. Elva stone. Okay, Elva stones can be used to relieve the discomfort caused by otherwise incurable ailments such as Braxis or burning blood. The planetary metal used in these items is associated with the Selenic discipline. A connection that is also reflected in their design. Okay. Understood. I'll move these ones over here. Actually, no. I want to put these over here. I don't know how to organize these. Anyways, whatever. Identifying and collecting trinkets is up my alley. Exactly. Yo, Astra, I don't know how much of the stream you want to watch. This is... So I have this game and I have the previous one, which is Strange Horticulture, which you identify plants. Yes. They're so... The first one was so fun. I'm currently, a little bit at a loss for some of these because, like, what do you mean these common items were made using materials with a connection to the ocean? What do you mean? What do you mean? That's so vague. I'm just here to sit. I'm just here to sit here and look pretty. Exactly. That's all you need to be doing, Rogue. I always want to try Daedalus Link. I have a personal interest in the Celestial Branch, so I'm not completely new to such things, nor am I ignorant of the risks. And now I have a good reason for it. I need to take care of some roof repairs, and this would seem the safest way to approach it. Okay. Daedalus Link. What the fuck? Alright, a Daedalus Link is a powerful object capable of producing a levitation field. The field is extremely fragile, however, so it would be prudent not to take risks. These items are surprisingly light in weight. Their designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather or the wings of a bird or insect, for example. Okay. Do I have anything that are... I mean, I have, like, a bird. Like, I have an entire ass bird. And I have a levitating stone. Hold on, let's weigh this. Okay. It's half a pound. It's a half pound. So that's... I mean, I want to say it's this one simply because, like, it's just levitating, right? It's also, like, really light, which matches that. Their designs varies, but they might point to some facet of flight, a feather or the wings of a bird or an insect, for example. But they don't really have... This is just stone. Nothing to remark. Okay, I mean, it says may. They might point to, which doesn't mean they will, but, like, that's... Why would you... Fuck it. No, this wasn't the item I'm looking for. Okay, so it's not that one. Huh. My heart feels lighter. That would be a guess. Weighs slightly less than a pound. I don't know. Nothing to remark, nothing to remark. Polished, warmer than I'd expect. Bronze and orange gemstone. This doesn't tell me anything. It's like capable of producing a levitation field. That's the only one that's levitating, and it's not that one. Okay. Surprisingly light in weight. Designs vary, but they might point to some facet of flight. Some facet of flight. No. This is just a tree branch. Light, like burb? Exactly. 'Cause that's leaves. That's not really right. 'Cause there's more leaves as well. I mean, I feel like this one's a little too on the nose, isn't it? So it doesn't, nothing else. How about you? How much do you weigh? Less than a pound? I don't know. I feel like it's either the bird or it's like this thing, because it's got feathers on it. But like, I don't, that one's really heavy. Thank you for the hydrate, Rogue. Dude, holy shit, I'm looking into details for Monster Hunter Frontier next week. That shit will be so peak. Real. Okay. Light. Light. Wasn't there something about lightweight? Yeah, but like, I don't know. It's like, the items are surprisingly light in weight. What does surprisingly light in weight mean? What the fuck? Because this one's less than a pound. These ones are already identified. Unless I'm missing something. Jar was surprisingly lightweight. No, the jar was heavy. The jar's heavy. It's more than 2 pounds. Did I say fucking go with the bird? Yeah, you think so? Yeah, it's the bird. Very lightweight. Bird motif as a connection to flight. Yeah, okay. Sure, the levitating charm is not the rock that is literally levitating. Okay, bro. Whatever. Custic purifier. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Astra. Yes, support the unshrimp. Man, let me shrimp. What the freak? Caustic purifier. A small topaz gemstone known as the Eye is placed in a strong-smelling liquid, usually some potent barley spirit or vinegar. Small tokens such as rings or amulets, perhaps, submerged in the liquid and left for a full cycle of the moon, are cleansed of simple imbued curses or hexes. Of course, there's a limit to the effectiveness of this process. That one. Small topaz gemstone. Can I, like, open this? Jeez. Hello, King Gay. Also, hello, Captain Kirk. No shrimping. I want a shrimp. What the freak? Caustic purifier. That's my guess. Okay. That's my guess of what that one is, maybe. Alright, next customer. The ravens are back, I see. Looks like it's going to be worse this time. No shrimping unless you're simping. Aw. Aw, dang it. After speaking to Verona, I've come to extend an open invitation to visit Gleeston Castle. My family has lived there for generations. I know there are artifacts that would be of use to you, collecting dust in hidden corners. Okay. All I ask is that you stay out of the South Tower and the master bedroom. And run anything you find by me first, of course. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Leeston Castle. Oh, what the heck? Mars in winter, rising in summer. What? I don't like that. Okay. Here's something to get you started. Walk past the main staircase and turn left. Follow that corridor down to the end and go through the... Okay, let's put that book away for now. Let's get this. So walk past the main staircase. What is the main staircase? There's a lot of stairs. The main staircase. Probably these two. And turn left. So you go this way, follow that corridor down to the end, and go through the door to the left. Then what? What? Definitely stay out of the South Tower. It fell over in 2001. I don't think it's a good place to be. Okay. Alright, bro. Okay. There's a small plinth in the corner of that room with an item on it that you're welcome to. I never did like it anyway. Where do I find Detective Airy kind of hot? You find me hot normally. Okay? But, yeah, sure. Let's see. Walk past the main staircase. Main staircase. I'm assuming it's these ones. Main staircase. And turn left. Okay, follow that corridor down to the end, I assume here. Go through the door to the left. This one. Small plinth in the corner of that room with an item on it that you're welcome to. I never did like it anyway. Okay. So we are going here. Buttons on the left to change maps. Okay. You're correct by seeing this detective side of the door was right. The plinth is not hard to spot in the corner of the room next to a small writing desk. A glass jar houses the object mentioned in Edmund's note. As I gather the item and turn to leave, my eye is drawn to a green book on the desk. The author's name is of particular interest. I pick it up and invite Edmund on my way out, who encourages me to take it with me. I try to insist on paying for it at least, but he won't entertain the idea. Okay. Nothing ethereal quality to it. Okay. Amber, a stone of containment. Oh, okay. That's gonna be helpful. Alright. I'd be like, me. Maybe. Okay, so, what? Mars in winter, rising in summer. What the fuck does that mean? Okay. There's Mars, so iron. In winter. In winter. There's no winter symbol. Okay. Is there a rising symbol? Poison. Vinegar. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, no, so that one is the caustic purifier, yes. Okay, rising, rising, rising. Which is not, which is sign. Okay, so there's no... Yes, courtyard. Okay, so we'll leave the exploring alone for a little bit. Alright. The cat. Good cat. Good kitty. Good kitty. Okay. Next day. That's a lot of days! Damn. Okay. At the end of a long passageway, after days spent clearing away dangerous rockfalls, the duo came upon a chamber. In it, they found a small stone tomb, too small to contain human remains. You're doing great, darling. Aw, thank you. I'm just here as eye candy. Yeah, you are. Okay. What the freak does this mean? What the fuck is this? I see. A portrait of some dead lord eyes me suspiciously as I enter the room and start absent-mindedly opening drawers. The room is cold and astir, and I am about to leave when I spot a crate under the chest of drawers. This could be something. Hey, we found a little statue thingy. Okay. Nothing to remark. Nothing to remark. Cold and smooth, cold, warm. Pinkish gemstone, bronze, stone, bronze. So bronze headpieces and then stone. Enjoying the fucking rest of them, I guess. Good kitty. Let's see, the doctor, Francesca Robertson. When growing up, Francesca's father was her hero. When he died suddenly and tragically in a mysterious incident, nobody seemed able or willing to give her the answers she demanded, and she grew tired of being fed the same stories that she knew could not be true. As she entered adulthood, she learned how to find things out for herself, and what she learned opened her mind to a world that she hadn't known existed, a world of occult melodies and dark articles. She learned about Tormund's paralysis, Hobbs' fear, and the Sapphire Curse, and she learned that these melodies could be cured. Aha. Okay, follow-up question. What the fuck is this? Oh. Hi, Kuma! Hello, Kuma! Thank you so much for the raid. For the raid? I can't English anymore. My brain is melting. Hello! How was Rivals? I think you were playing, right? How did it go? Bottom raid? Real? Okay, goodbye, Astra. Hi, Lex! Hi, Ellie! It was Rivals? Yeah. I was in there for a little bit. I was watching, lurking. But yeah, how did Rivals go? But yeah, if you don't know me, I am Erilyn Crowette. I am a Crow VTuber, well, yeah, PNG tuber for now. But, you know, eventually, hopefully. But yeah, we are playing Strange Antiquities, which is a game where I have this cool little manual and I have to identify these trinkets. And they are very vague descriptions and I'm lost. It went Rivals. You know what? Fair enough, Kuma. Fair enough. It is Rivals after all. But yeah, if you need to raid and run, feel free to do that. Go take care of yourself. You know, go get a snack. Go drink some water at least. Yeah. She's doing really well, chat. She's just being a goofy goober. No. No. But yeah. I am just here. Yep. Yeah, huh? That's crazy. Alright, let's see. What are these gemstones? Gemstones and their thermic properties. Okay. Amber, yellow or orange, sometimes containing impurities. The sunstone, fire and light, beat and life. Heat and life. Right? Heat. Yeah, I read that wrong. Oops. So this orange gemstone. That's an amber probably. Okay, an amethyst. Purple, a stone of containment. Do you have anything? Wixic. Binding seed. No, we already have that one. Sleep vessel. No, we also have that one already. Stone of containment. Containment. No. Vitality. What's the effects of that thing? Tons of light. It's not. Is this in the shape of? Dark purple gemstone. Is that in the shape of Aries? Are those stones in that shape? I'm like rotating my head. I guess, right? Maybe. Also, this one might be an Aries remnant. Sure. Okay, well, we'll have customers. Never mind, we won't have customers. We'll have the mailman! Yippee! Not sure about this fog today. It's an eerie atmosphere out there, especially with those damn ravens back again. Okay. It's usually fierce black dogs I have to worry about, not big black birds. Well, you have one more to worry about you. Hello. Better off inside, I reckon. Yeah, probably. Alright. Let's see. The triangle has intrigued me ever since I first heard about it as a young boy. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? Did someone plant them? I know you'll at least have heard of it, but did you know this? I calculated the exact center point, and there's a small clearing there. It can't be a coincidence. What's more, there's a certain energy about it, not entirely welcoming either. I wonder if you might take a look for yourself. Thomas Pope and Hamish. Okay, something about pine trees and a triangle. The triangle. Of fucking pine trees? Is there a triangle shape of pine trees? Are we seeing a tree? Are we seeing a triangle anywhere? Pine trees in a triangle. I am not seeing a triangle. The triangle? Do you got triangles in your house? No, you don't. The triangles. The eye, that's a pentagon. What caused the pine trees to grow like that? So there's trees in a triangle. The pit. What? Is there like a spot on the map that's called the triangle? Bonk. Why am I getting bonked? What the heck? You're a crow in a trench coat blending in stealthily? True. Okay. So, Greywick Farm. Oh, there's strange horticulture. Should we go pay a visit to strange horticulture? This curious plant shop is on the edge of town is a quiet haven away from the bustle of the center. Originally, I'd be delighted to while away some time here, but I have important work to do. And yet, an hour later, I find myself leaving the shop with a potted palliance and a weight off my shoulders. I've been chatting with the proprietor about the similarities and differences between the two disciplines, with a gently purring hellboar curled up in my lap. Got a palliance! Alright, and with the plants it goes. Together with the rest of the plants. Yippee. Okay. going to a triangle. The triangle? Is there... Am I missing something? The pit. The triangle. There's a small clearing in the center. Is it here? No. What is the triangle? What? Oh, the triangle! I see. I'm blind. Alright. Sure enough, as I approach the center of the curious triangular copse, at the heart of Heath Wood, I come across a clearing. A tree that has been split in two stands at the center. Sunlight breaks through, and I take a deep breath of cleansing pine and earth. Almost immediately, I am struck by a sense of ominous power, and my intuition tells me that there's something unusual here at the heart of the wood. I examine the broken tree and notice some strange markings carved into the trunk. Heart beating faster, I spot something else embedded in the wood, 3 pendants arranged in a triangle shape. Okay, more trinkets. Bronze, green gemstone, those are symbols. Raised detailing. Nothing, nothing. Okay. Nothing, nothing. Hard and cool, polished. This is what, bronze with a turquoise gemstone. Tin. Raised detailing, weathered, raised detailing. Nothing, nothing. Okay. Shall we decipher those symbols? Okay. Let's see. Let's start with the top. It's like an infinity symbol with a line through it. That's thunder. Okay, then the target would be fog, but like rotated slightly. And then hail, and then lightning, and then rain upside down, and then storm, and snow, and then wind. Okay, so it's got like the weather symbols on it. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't suppose there's an index for just weather. Right? No. Why would there be? That would be too obvious. That would be too obvious, wouldn't it? Resonance compass. No. Not really. You're a big brain burb, you got this? No. No, I don't. Sunbond? Sunbond is small and lightweight, designed to be carried carried discreetly and made of a non-precious metal of some kind, housing a gemstone of light. They carry the warmth and the light of the sun, and darkness can pierce the darkest gloom. This one. You, what are you made of? Bronze. Is bronze? Bronze is not a precious metal, right? Right? Oh, a gemstone of light. Okay, a gemstone of light. The amber is the sunstone. Stone of water, dark stone. Peace and safety. Nature, body, but mind. Fourth eye. Fire and fury. Protection, enveloping light. Stone of strength. Night and darkness. Okay, yeah, no, so it would be amber. Bronze isn't? Yeah, so this one would be the sun bullshit. What are you called? A sun bond. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Sun bond. Spirit eye? No, we already have a spirit eye. So we have spirit eye, we have those. Elvastone? A Selenic discipline. Okay, what is Selenic discipline? Oh god. Selenic discipline. Circle with triangle, circle, circle. Okay. So, like, what the freak? I don't know. I have no idea. Ethereal key. Gemstone. Okay. What an ethereal key is designed to be hidden from prying eyes when activated by moving the object in a circular motion. The key is revealed by its gemstone of light. There are rare items and not these are rare items and not generally known about outside of Thaumic circles. Gemstones of the night power the concealment charm. Gemstones of the night. Gemstones of the night. Onyx. Stone of the night. Fire Fury protection, body mind, stone of sight, water, dark stone for dark purposes. Okay, so an onyx is the gemstone of night. Okay. Hi Shadow, welcome back. Okay, onyx. Is there anything with an onyx in it? Fuck if I know, this one. Circular motion. I see. This one is in ethereal key. Okay. Okay. There's an Ares remnant. I think those are in that order, but what gemstones are these? Dark purple. Purple. Dark bluish purple. Calming stone of peace and safety. Fuck it, sure, you're that one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Also, I got some sick nasty news for you. Let me ping it your way. Okay. I got to play with my girlfriend a little bit today, but she had to go. Unfortunate. Good cat. Good kitty. Alright, what else do we have? Ecumenical. Receptacle featuring a memento mori. Memento mori, a reminder of death. So... a receptacle featuring a memento mori. What does it mean by a receptacle? Is this a receptacle? That's an eye. That's not a memento mori. It is a container. Okay, a receptacle. This one. Smells like rotten egg. That might... Perhaps. Hogan Grimm. What? Okay, so that's definitely something to do with symbology, right? The sacrament to ask for his protection. Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment. Path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Do any of those mean anything? Like symbol-wise, do any of these mean anything? Holgar, horned god blessings, rebirth, triple goddess. Okay, hold on. Triple goddess. This one kinda has the symbol for like the triple goddess, except the circle's up there, but they've got the crescent moons on both sides. So I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, yeah, that doesn't show anything. I'm all cut up now. Just gotta get Aerie hooked when she visits. Perhaps. Okay, you know what? Next person. I don't know. I have no idea. It has been many years since I've performed the rite of the red knives, but I can still remember every step. Okay. I'll do it one more time before I die if I could only get my hands on an Orford spire. I tried that place in Arnside and they sent me here. Orford spire. What the freak is an Orford spire? Do I have one labeled? No. Why would I, of course. Orford spire. During the rite of the red knives, an Orford spire is fully submerged in goat's blood for 9 days and 9 nights. When performed correctly, the rite is said to impart vitality and clarity of thought. Although, perhaps not for the goat. Is it the thing that's covered in blood, perhaps? Has an energy about it. You. Yes. Amphibian Talon. The League of the Amphibian Heart uses these items as part of its grim initiation rite. They guard their secrets closely, but it is said that they worship the ancient nameless gods, communing with them via the broken path. Acolytes must press the tip of a talon hard against their cheekbone to the point of drawing blood. They perform this act nightly for 49 days, 7 sevens, after which the scar will forever mark them. Okay. You know, sure, man. Sure, man. She's gonna love it. The episode was so packed full of stuff. It was nice seeing Oliver and Nolan bonding time, then the fights were cool too. Vision Talon. Okay, so there's like two little thingies on it. Well, I don't know. Next person. Thank you for the stretch, Rogue. No more shrimping. And to go away for a few days again. The Order of the what? Of Black Veil will have the information I'm looking for. They seek to understand the world beyond death, drinking an elixir that sinks them into a deep trance. If I'm right, they may be able to shed some light on these events. Problem is, I burned that bridge long ago. Could you hand me that Guise of Lillian? This won't be the first time I've used one to get around their hatred of me. Guise of Lillian. Oh, I misspelt it. Lillian. Let's go double check, because I'm not sure. Yeah. Guys, Lillian. Tenebrin Cloak. Upon activation, a Tenebrin Cloak can create a sphere of enshrouding darkness that will cloak all within its reach. A single stone set in bronze gives power to these totems. Single stone set in bronze. It's a single stone set in bronze. Tenebrin Cloak. What is this? It's an aquamarine? Pale blue or turquoise? Turquoise. So this is a stone of water, so maybe not? Shroud of darkness. Enshrouding darkness. So it could be an onyx, a moonstone, a stone of protection, and enveloping night. Enveloping night. That sounds maybe. Peace and safety. Dark stone for dark purposes. Okay. What material is this? Iron. It's a single stone in bronze. So this one could be a Tenebrin Cloak. Or that's my guess. I don't know. Sure, next person. Hello, Rebecca Rose. Hello. Oh, is that a cat? My eyes have completely gone now, but it's good to know I still have my cat senses. I do hope I'm in the right place. Heading to bed. Good luck on the rest of the game, Ari. Okay, good night, Kinga. My daughter told me about a shop that specializes in unusual items. My life's joy has always been painting. Without that in my life, I'm afraid I'm at a bit of a loss. I know that I will never see again, but is there anything in that collection that might help me paint again? I feel a little foolish for asking. It seems such a small thing, but to me it means everything. Let's see, what are my options? Ares Remnant. Right. Or a Spirit Eye. A Spirit Eye. Let's hope this is an Ares remnant. Yes. Okay. Scythian charm. Older Scythian charms are carved out of wood, but the more powerful designs make use of the planetary metals. No two are identical. They are used by horticulturists to encourage stubborn plants to thrive. They change with the weather, usually quite cold, but warm and tingly to the touch while it is raining. Okay. Also nearly done with a small, silly project. Should be able to show it off tomorrow. Let's go. Okay, I think after this day, I'm probably gonna call it for now. Yeah. Those poor ravens have done for 3 more poor buggers. 2 of them up at Calgarth and another fellow fisherman. People are getting a bit panicky around here. Nothing natural about folk turning up with eyes all black like that. And now this fog too. With the nights drawing in and me working late, I refuse to walk down Holbrook Road without so much as a lantern. I had something nice and bright in mind. Sunbond. This one. Yes. Strangely warm, yes. Cyrene Ward. Made from basilisk scales, a material known to endure intense heat. These unusual objects can permit the bearer to withstand fire and flame and remain unharmed. They do not, however, offer protection against the deadly basilisk itself. Okay. Then we have these items over here. Sure, next person, please. Hello, the priest, Audrey Bell. Bend your ears to the trees. Hold your palm out to the wind. The ravens can feel it. Can you? Something is stirring. I will need a Halgan Grim in the coming days. Okay. Thank you for the hydrate, Shadow. Let's see. The priest, Audrey Bell. Followers of the warrior god Holgar are not easy to come by, but they make up for their low numbers with zeal and grandiosity. Their priests have all the self-appointed authority of a village vet organizer, and the power struggles between clergy and acolyte are as bitter and hard-fought as many a debate about bunting or cake stands. Audrey has strong opinions about death and the afterlife, perhaps forgetting that the god she follows is best known for sending thousands of people reluctantly to it, but had very little to say about its substance. Huh? What happened? Oh, okay. Good kitty. Holgan Grim. Where are you? What the fuck are you? Eh? Like, what? Worn by Priest of Holgar, so it's probably like the dangly bits, right? It's one of the dangly thingies. If it's one of the danglies, then what? Then fucking what, huh? Okay, it's one of the dangly things. And then these eerie creations are worn by Priest of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Huh? What? Bronze. Strong sense of being watched. Is that dangling thingies? Yeah, one of the ones that like dangle from the top. I assume it's one of those. What? What the fuck? The sacrament to ask for his protection. Wolfslug's truth to seek his judgment. Path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. What? What the fuck do you even want? Is there, like, do I have a symbol for Holgar? Horned God, no. Bismuth, platinum, lead, silver, tin. What the freak? Foresight, insanity, fortune, deception, fear, confusion, no. Noctic, Drake, Selenic, Mentic, Rixic. No, that's not. What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck? Yo. I have like no clues. What do you want? Because it's not like a symbol. Because maybe life, death. Like, do any of these have symbols on them? No. You've got a moon and you've got a thingy. What is that? What is that symbol? The witch's sign? What's the witch's sign? What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. Witch's finger? Witch's finger? Perhaps? High Green Church, home of the witch. Maybe? I don't know, whatever. You want a thing, you want a thing. I don't know what the fuck you want from me. Death in the afterlife. Does it have to do with rebirth? Spirals? A protection. Protection? No? Huh? I'm so confused. Silver twine. Ethereal quality to it. I don't. What the Huh? What? What? The sacrament to ask for his protection. What the fuck does that mean? What does that word mean? Sacrament. Sacrament in the Christian church, a religious ceremony or ritual regarded as imparting divine grace, such as baptism, the Eucharist, and in Roman Catholic and many Orthodox churches, penance and the anointing of the stick. Huh? What? What that mean? What the okay, to ask for his protection. So surely it'll have the protection rune thingy. little thingy on it, right? You'd think. I have no idea. So I'm trying to find the trinket that she wants. She needs a Holgen Grim, right? And this is all the information I have on Holgen, on the object known as a Holgen Grim, right? These eerie creations are worn by priests of Holgar in various rituals relating to death and the afterlife. The sacrament to ask for his protection, the Wolfsong's truth to seek his judgment, path of the warrior to help the dead find their way. Like, what does that mean? Because I have this book of, like, symbols, but I don't really have anything for whatever this shit is saying. Like, I have a symbol for protection. That's it. I have a symbol for death. Eerie creations. So it has to look eerie. It has to be related to death. It fills me with a sense of foreboding. Is it this thing? That look like what they're wearing? Well, that guy's wearing, he has two like horns on it. Sure, it's you. Okay. Gemstone's Vivinite, a stone of death. What? Okay, the gemstone is Vivinite, and this we can find a sketch of Holger. What? Okay, hold on. Vivinite, stone of death. Oh, it is Vivinite, stone of death. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Holgar. Oh, here's Holgar. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Inside was the reason they had toiled so hard. A small black casket, a very valuable small black casket. They knew enough not to open it, but perhaps too little to fully understand the danger it posed. One more day, I think I'm probably gonna just call it after I unlock this card. Stairs. Up the stairs, left then left again. Second on the right is where I spend each night. Okay. Whale. We'll pet the cat for good measure. Yeah. We'll put the, so the trinkets over here. So we have unidentified, and like my guesses are in blue. The confirmed ones are in yellow, and on the side. This one's over here just because I think it looks cute with the other one. But yeah. That clue probably is in this map somewhere. We'll figure that out next time. And yeah. I'm gonna go back to the main menu. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. That was the first couple of days of Strange Antiquities. We will probably continue eventually, maybe next week. I do have some other streams planned, so I'll see when I can slot in some solo streams and we can finish this game up. Yeah, I'll do a couple more days every time. Yep. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. It was a blast. It was fun watching you struggle. That's crazy. I can't believe you'd say that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. As usual, I'm super appreciative of you being here at all, and your presence, like, you know, you showing up is very, very, very much all the support I really need. But yeah. I do stream tomorrow, starting at the same time at 8 p.m. And we will be doing Valorant with Kuma and I don't know if we're gonna have other guests, but we will be there. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And we're gonna go raid the stinky bird. We're gonna go raid the stinky. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I love you all. Sweet dreams, hopefully. If it's bedtime for you, I don't know. Time zones are fucked. But yeah, I love you all. Bye.